Let's do it. Why I keep calling like other players bad or other Tricera players bad. Alright. And here is just a breakdown of like the optimal way I found to play Tricera. Alright. So we all know he has Gatling guns on the right, the left click, shoulder guns on the for the right click. Number 2 is the fortress mode. You get the 4 points of shields, along with on the left side where the green bar for your HP is. You got your shield, and then there's the white bar, and then the blue bar. The blue bar on top is the shields in front. The blue bar at the bottom that they broke up is the shields on the back. Each gets their own amount of HP ish, I guess, if you want to call it. And if the front breaks, you can turn your back and start taking. Ooh, excuse me. Excuse me. You can start taking damage on the back panels. Now, while in this mode, you also get access to your repair drones, which will turn into the number 1 key. Full health at the moment, so they're not gonna launch. But while you launch your healing drones, you can come out of your fortress mode, and and the repair drones will still be active out of fortress mode. So when you're fighting, drop to fortress mode, heal out, and start moving around. Now, your howitzer cannon, you get access to no matter what you're in, no matter what mode you're in. Alright, so you go here, fortress mode to drop, shoot, heal, and then start moving again. Now, the thing with Tricera is that because he is a big boy, he takes a bit more energy to move. But that is what also makes him really, really good. Go here, drop, moving, fortress mode, heal, fire, blah, blah, blah. Okay? Now for the melee, for Tricera's melee, fortress mode also does parry. Trying to parry or assuming that you're going to parry just because you're in fortress mode isn't the greatest idea. If a panther hits you, you kind of, if it doesn't parry when a panther hits you, your armor takes like quite a decent amount of damage. So it's almost like playing Street Fighter or any fighting game where you have to try and anticipate your opponent's attack. Same thing with all the melee attacks here. Or any mecha in this game that has a melee attack. Judging from the distance, and if they're no longer shooting at you, they're probably gonna charge at you with a melee attack. Which is when you go into fortress mode, parry, howitzer, shoot, and go back to and that is your count. Yeah. That is your cat and mouse game. Alright. Turn that down a bit. Alright. So that is your cat and mouse game. Auto repair. Oh, auto respawn. Sure. So you get hit by panther. Right. Boom. Alright. So not so alright. So let's say, okay, right, parry. See the health now? You can also get away with it kind of late. Alright, so now we are almost dead. Okay. Fortress mode, he's gonna do hits. Shield took damage. Back to fortress mode. Alright. Distance, he's no longer shooting. Charge. Parry. Heal drone. Now because of the amount of health we have, parry, fire, heal again. Yeah, how late I parried that. That that is the that's how you want to play. You want to drop, shield, heal, fire, move. So most of the time you're gonna see people. You see a lot of Tricera players just hunkering down and firing and letting things go, and then trying to heal, right? And then boom, boom, and then when the shields go, they're still here doing this instead of dropping, shooting, firing, blah blah blah. So that's why I always say like the Tricera player on the team is doing bad because they're not actually playing it. All right. Now, the way handling every mecha doesn't work that's all the same. Panther will play like that. Okay, go back here. Sorry about that. Settings. Narukami is extremely difficult. That if you can't run them down, you just lose. Period. Alisni's is extremely difficult, especially because of the double armor. Welkin isn't so bad. His spinning attack goes through, can't get parried, but you can still block it with in fortress mode. In his little cage that he'll put you in, you don't you can't parry his spinning attack, but you do parry the axes that are flying around you. Those do get parried. Aquila, you have to run Aquila down. The further you are from Aquila, the faster you die. Close the gap with Aquila, whether it be in the air or you gotta run after them up from the ground. Doesn't matter. If Aquila has its sights on you and is focusing on you, you have to close that gap. That is how you beat Aquila. Same with Sky Raider, Panaka, Tricera versus Tricera is just who can get assistance on killing the other Tricera first. That's quite literally what it comes down to. That, or if both teams just let both Triceras go at it head to head, who can manage their heals better, who has the better movement, because once again, most other Tricera players will stay in the same spot and not move. Tricera's biggest issue is Fortress mode does not go overhead at all. So you go here, overhead, can't do it. So Triceras that like to sit here in Fortress mode, you're gonna be shooting from up top. Up top, they move, you drop back down, fire. If they stay in Fortress mode for too long, you go right back up. And that's the more optimal way I found to fight against Tricera instead of shooting and fighting head on. Even though it's a ton of fun, it's not optimal unless you can get back up. Luminae's annoying. Hurricane, I'd say similar to Aquila, you gotta close the gap. But because Tricera is weak to beam damage, you gotta do some footwork to get around his beaming. It's a workout. Nobody has Inferno yet. Stego, you're just rushing him down just all the same. Even if he goes into his smoke, just keep shooting. I just shoot at whatever shadows are in the mist. Once I start getting the hit marker, just keep shooting at wherever the hit marker tracks. That's literally all it is to it. Falcon, you can chase down Falcon, and if you break Falcon's armor, 2 whole clips and 3, I believe it's 2 clips and 3 howitzers will take down a Falcon. Alright, so let's say his fluid armor breaks. 2, there you go. All right, and that is pretty much the rundown. Tricera, don't stay in one spot. Keep moving. Everybody else moves. Why shouldn't you move? Just because we're big boys doesn't mean we can't move. Now you gotta manage your energy. Sometimes you run out. If you go back to and watch my gameplay from Mech, my team was fighting a Colossus. I got caught up by a Colossus, a mini boss, all the minions, and a team of 3. Soloed the team of 3 down to from a 1v3 versus mini boss to a 1v1 versus mini boss, and still survived. They came back and still survived the 1v3 and mini boss and Colossus for, I believe it was a total of almost 4 minutes. If you can't this is great. This is his bread and butter. But it all, like, staying here like this is just it gets you killed faster. Just gotta keep track of the energy. Keep track of the energy. Be mindful of your HP. Excuse me. Be mindful of your HP. Be mindful of the amount of heals you have. If you're down, usually you get down to, I say if you're down to 1 heal, and the regen on the heal is at least 50 to 75%. If you have 50% HP, you're fine. You can manage. If you're down to 75% HP or pretty much 1 HP, anywhere from 75% to 1 HP, and you only have 1 heal left, use it. And then all you have to worry about really is managing your energy and keeping an eye on your shield, and just let the heals regen. Even if it's 1, because remember, even though the front armor goes away, you can turn your back and take hits on the back. Yes, you're turning your back to the enemy, but you do what you gotta do in a tight pinch. So you come here, fortress, oh no, I'm being hit, oh no, take some hits here, heal up, get out. After a short distance, it becomes manual aiming, but it's still not terrible. That is my rundown of Tricera. So, if there's any extra tidbits you guys might have picked up on that I didn't mention, feel free to drop your suggestions and your findings in the comments below. Alright. Happy hunting.